It is good, yo. It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And guys, I wish I could say I'm surprised. We all knew that Galaxy Opal Steph. I'm sorry. I was getting ahead of myself. I said Pink Diamond Steph. Galaxy Opal Steph is here in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. Why am I not surprised? Well, we knew what was coming, guys. We had seen it in the past. We knew it was MJ, we knew it was Shaq, MJ, and then Steph Curry. We knew it in those orders. So, here's the deal, guys. I think Steph Curry is actually going to be okay in my team. And to showcase that, I'm going to go back to last year, okay? In this Galaxy Opal Steph we saw on Christmas time last year. Now, a couple of things I want to talk about. First things first for Steph Curry. He is going to be way better on current gen than next gen. If you're on current gen and do like 2-3 hunt, yes, this Galaxy Opal Steph Curry is going to hold some value. How much value? I mean, that really depends on how much of a 300 you are. If you are willing to run a small point guard instead of a guy like Penny Hardaway, Lonzo Ball, LaMelo Ball, you know, those types of guys, even Shea. That's the thing for Steph. But look at this Steph we saw last year. He had nearly every shooting badge in the game. Defensively, you could give him every defensive badge in the game. His interior and block were still too low for me. That's the big thing for Steph Curry. Because his player model, player build is always going to be horrible in my team. There's not anything that can change that. He's 6'3" with a 6'3" wingspan. His player model, player build is skinny. There's no changing that. And so it's, how do we make Steph Curry good besides those things? And the big thing for me is that interior and block rating. Because, I mean, look, that's the only way Steph can play. It really is. Now, what else could help if he got his release on quick? That could help him as well. But that's about it. And I gotta say, I've used the Amethyst Steph in my team before. I've used the Pink Diamond. I mean, I didn't mind this Steph Curry card. But the problem lies on the defensive end of the court. If you play a guy that's running Magic Johnson at the point guard position, who does Steph Curry guard? Are you going to put him on Julius Erving? Ricky Davis? Tim Thomas? Anthony Davis? Kareem? D-Rock? Who does he guard? And I can't give you that answer because there is going to be nobody that Steph Curry is going to be able to guard. So even if I want to be high on Galaxy Opal Steph Curry, even if I personally want to use a card, even if I want to hype the card up, there's a limit to how good Steph Curry could be. I mean, there just is. With as bad as his player model and player build truly is, what's it going to be? What's it going to take for me to consider running Steph Curry? Obviously, if you want to have fun and Steph Curry is your favorite player in the game, that's completely different. Because then you can use Steph Curry and you can have fun with it. I'm talking about if you want the best lineup in the game, Steph Curry, the only way he is going to be able to make that is if, number one, he has Steph Curry's base on quick. That's the first thing. Because if he doesn't, how are we using him? If he doesn't. And I'm not saying his release is slow or his release is bad, but it would be really cheesy on quick. Combine that, he needs at least a 79, 80 interior, a 70 plus block rating. He needs to be able to standing dunk. He needs to be able to driving dunk. It's literally impossible. So in my previous video, I basically talked about how 2K could make this David Robinson card 100 different times. In each and every one of those times, he's going to be a top center in the game. They can't make a David Robinson bad. On the opposite side of that, they can make this Steph Curry 100 times. And I don't know if any of those 100 times if he'd be a top 3 point guard in the game. You can call me biased against Steph, which I'm not. You can say I'm trying to talk down on Steph, which I'm not. I just don't see how 2K can make a Steph Curry card with good interior, good blocking, good dunking. I just don't see it. And the way the game is this year, 3 hunting isn't really the name of the game. And if you want a 3 hunt, why would you do it with Steph Curry over a Ricky Davis? Or why would you do it with Steph Curry over a guy like Tim Thomas? It just doesn't make sense to me. At the point guard position, sure, Steph Curry might possibly be useful if he gets some sort of defense. But that's the hard time I have with it is I don't think they're going to be able to give this Galaxy Opal Steph Curry good enough defense in which you run it. And it would be something if they gave him a Hall of Fame glove, you know, Hall of Fame clamps, anchor, challenger, you know, those types of things. But they're not. They're going to make this Steph Curry basically the exact same they made him last year. How do I know this? I've seen it time and time again. There's a reason they're dropping him around the same time. It's because they want to basically make him the same exact card in my team. I see it time and time again, over and over again. You can go back to last year's Pink Diamond Steph. It's basically going to be the same as this year. You want to know something? Look at his interior and block ready, okay? 60 interior, 48 block. Look at the Pink Diamond Steph we saw this year. 60 and 40, remember last year? 60 and 48? 60, 48. Perimeter defense was an 87. Lateral quick or 84. Lateral quickness was an 87. Perimeter defense 84. Lateral quickness 87. These cards are basically copy and paste. So if you do not think that the Steph Curry we are going to be seeing tomorrow is basically going to be a copy and paste version of this card right here, you're wrong. It's simple. You're wrong. Stats-wise is going to be eerily similar, if not exactly the same. Badge-wise, eerily similar for the badges that translate, and maybe some added badges, some subtracted added badges, those types of things. But that's what you're going to see out of Steph Curry. It's that simple. So as much as I want to sit here and be excited for Steph Curry, I've been dreading this Steph Curry for 3 straight weeks. Knowing we're seeing a Steph Curry on New Year's Eve is something I've kind of, or the New Year's Eve weekend is something I've kind of dreaded. On the positive side of things, the cards around Steph with D-Rob, with Banchero, with Luol Deng are somewhat exciting, right? If we ever needed a D-Rob to save a drop, it's this drop. It really is. Because Galaxy Opal Steph as a hot headliner is worse than when Galaxy Opal Shaq was a headliner. I mean, it's worse. Because at least with Shaq, you can plug him in and at least he's going to be able to compete defensively. For Steph, that's not the case. You can't just plug Steph in and he's going to be able to compete defensively. He's going to be an absolute liability. D-Rob he's going to steal the show tomorrow, okay? Steph, yeah, if you like Steph Curry, if you're a big Warriors fan, stuff like that, you can run the card. I'm not saying, you can't run him or that he is just, the worst card ever in my team. No, he's just 6'3" with an awful player build, which to me means he cannot play. That's going to wrap it up for my video. Let me know your thoughts on the Galaxy Opal Steph Curry down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.